Nether portals. Loud. Annoying. You know, they don't look nice. We've had all these updates with the alley and the warden in the wild update 1.19, but nether portals still be nether portals. They're almost as ugly as me. So if only we could hide them away. Well, if you saw my last video, you can. A bit like that. But this is kind of a bit complicated. It's kind of a bunch of redstone, a bunch of pistons, and all these observers and things, honey blocks. So, can you build a simpler version of this? Well, yeah, that's... Why would I mention that if you couldn't? So here is the simpler version. There's a lot less redstone. There's one observer instead of like that many and a piston. And it's only 3 blocks wide and then 6 blocks in the other direction. This one's only 4 blocks in the other direction, but it's like, you know, goes 5 blocks to the back. So to get rid of the noise and things nether portals make, what you do is you put water in them with a dispenser. And then to pull it back, you have a dispenser with a flint and steel, and that will put the portal back. So if we look when we open it again, the portal comes back, and when we do the closing, water comes out and destroys the portal. Stop the sounds. So that means you can also hide where you're going to and from the nether in your base, and you put another portal nearby so that people get sent there if they try and come to your base. So I just like these, I think they're useful. They'll also stop a bunch of pigmen flooding your base if they walk through the portals. Just a nice thing to have. So how do you build it? Well, firstly, for resources, you're going to need 5 redstone torches, 5 redstone dust, 3 redstone repeaters, an observer, 6 sticky pistons, 2 dispensers, not droppers, they need to be dispensers, a water bucket, flint and steel to light the portal, and 10 obsidian for the portal. In terms of space, you're going to need this 6x3 area, and you've got to dig 2 blocks under the ground for redstone, so this is where your floor is. And then you also need 4 blocks of height above the floor for all the portal stuff as well. So firstly we'll put a portal down, so if we're at our floor level, we go to the middle and we go 1 block back. So we're in the middle of our 6x3 thing, and place 2 blocks. Then the 3 on the sides, so you don't have to fill in the corners. This is why you only need 10 obsidian, like that, and that's where your portal is. So then in front of that we'll place 3 blocks on either side, and then fill in the floor and the ceiling. And next to these 3 blocks, we do sticky pistons aiming towards the portal. Like that. And okay, if we go around the back, on the middle piston we place a block, and then place a redstone dust on top of those blocks. Then we leave a gap and place a block underneath. Then we place a torch on top of that block. Then diagonally underneath these blocks towards the portal we place 2 more blocks with torches under the first torch, like that. Then we have 2 blocks in between them with redstone. Now coming out of this side we have a block with a repeater aiming backwards on its default, then an observer aiming up into a block, and that's because that will power the dispenser here with water. But because we have to place the water and then get rid of it again, we need to set off this dispenser again. So to do that, we just go to the side, we place a block with redstone dust on it, going from that one, and then a repeater on 3 ticks of delay. And that aims into a block at the back of our door, above the dispenser. So we also have our other dispenser next to this one. That's an observer. And again, the first one we did is a water bucket in the dispenser, and the new one we've placed, that's a flint and steel in the dispenser to light the portal. So you can put our blocks above it. And then to power that one, we place a torch coming off of this tower of torches, then a block next to that torch, and a redstone dust. Now, on the original one I did this as a repeater, but I realised there's no need for this to be a repeater. It's completely fine being redstone dust, so you can swap one of your repeaters for a redstone dust if you already built everything and got the repeater. And don't have a redstone spare, then you can just use a repeater, but you can save some resources by just using a redstone dust there. And okay, now powering it, you power this redstone between the torches. However, if you just do a block coming off it with redstone, it'll actually stop aiming at the block with the torch. So that would stop it working. So what you need to do is get a block and then power that block with a repeater to power the redstone. You could also swap the block the torch is on for this block called a target block, and that's because target blocks, the redstone will always aim into them, so that's why that works, and then you can just have redstone as your input instead of doing the repeater thing. And now all we've got to do is power that redstone and our door will close, and then if we turn it off again, it should open and the portal should light. So the reason we use the dispensers to hide the portal instead of just covering it up like that is, as you can see, there's these purple particles which mean people can see it, and also carry on making noise, mobs can come through it still, and a bunch of other stuff, so that's why we want to turn it off as well as covering it up. That's what I do with these hidden portals. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see the cooler version of this that uses more resources, there's this one, where it's completely flat with the wall, and then that all folds away and the portal lights. But like I said, it uses a bit more resources. And if you want something completely different and a bit nutty, over here we've got a giant multi-floor water elevator we built, which works in Java and Bedrock. And that's just, you know, something cool you can check out if you want to. Anyway, I've been Hidden. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.